Here we are today with Mathew Pritchard in Cardiff, in Matthew's Sleep When You're Dead barbershop, mate.
Alright, dude.
Alright, how's it going?
Yeah, not bad.
Good. So today we're going to have a little chat about some of your sort of tips on success, a little bit about your story, overcoming challenges, things like that.
Yeah.
You first become sort of famous on program Dirty Sanchez, similar sort of thing to Jackass. And then you went on to, was it the Pain Men on?
Yeah, I think it's Pain Men. And then, but I did other stuff with Dayton as well, with Sanchez Get High, where we travelled the world taking illegal highs and all that kind of stuff, with tribes and everything. And we also did another show called Wrecked, where we had two Sanchez fans join us, and it was a competition between me and Dayton and these two guys.
Who won?
Oh, it was up and down, and it worked out. I think it was a series of 6 shows. So basically, we were almost like even Stevens all the way up, and it happened to be the last show.
Fair play then.
And I won. He didn't like that.
Bring it in, mate. Come on. Let's bring it in.
That was the whole P versus D thing, though. So
yeah,
it was a competition to the end. So yeah,
there was that big rivalry, mate. We're not rivalry though. We got matching T-shirts almost.
Happy days.
You've got your Iron Man one. I've got my Breakpoint from SBS SAS Who Does Wins stuff. Your was it the Pain Man thing? I hear there's an interesting story behind that. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, yeah, we got asked to do it by an agent, and
can we tell people what that actually involves with the Pain Man?
It was going on. It was basically a show for Channel 4. You go on and we were the Pain Men, obviously testing things for pain, and we'd give a mark out of 10 on how painful it was. But they asked me and Punch to do it, our agent, and then we went, and it was a big deal for us because we were doing it in front of a not live audience. It was a live audience, but it wasn't going live on the TV, so it was a big thing for us to do, and we'd rehearse all day. Bloody hell, this is really following to us, rehearsing and getting everything ready for the show in the night. But we'd have an hour break before we were live in front of everyone, cameras rolling, so we could do whatever we wanted to do. Of course, me and Pancho would go to the pub. You know what Pancho's like with drinking. We went to the pub, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, Pancho, we gotta go filming. And he's like, oh, I'll be alright, do I have a shot as well? I'm like, dude, we gotta. Anyway, Pancho was always bollocks when we went filming, and sometimes he's so bollocks he couldn't speak, and the crowd found it absolutely hilarious, but the director didn't. So basically, after the first experience of that, every time we went back to do the next show, we were treated like little kids. So in that hour, we had a minder trying to stop us from going to the pub, and I was like, man, I don't know how old I was like 32 or something. I'm a 32-year-old bloke, and you're trying to stop me from going to the pub. But anyway, we managed to find a way. We were like naughty school kids, and just managed to sneak off and get to the pub. When we did the second series, when we were asked to come back to the second series, it was on top. Like we couldn't. They locked us in the room in our changing room. We couldn't go out anywhere, anything. It was like, but I could see why they were doing it, because Pancho just couldn't speak. I wasn't too clever either.
But if the audience were loving it, surely that was...
Yeah, the audience did find it funny, but then I don't know. The director didn't, I suppose.
So he didn't think it would roll because he didn't think, it'll just branch out. The bigger audience on the telly will love it as well. When
we saw the edited version on TV, it didn't look like that. They made it look like we were pissed. Yeah. And how they did that, I don't know. But we were in the actual studio. We were pissing ourselves laughing. It was hilarious. You want punch? Say that again? Oh, shut up! Poof, swinging, punching. But anyway. It was good. It was a good experience. We did some stupid things. I mean, I drank bleach at one point, just to see what would happen. And there was ambulances and things there, and everything, just in case something went wrong. And God knows what it did me, but I was violently ill, and it was that bad they couldn't even show it on Channel 4.
Was it like Domestos? Did you have a particular favourite brand?
It was something like it was Domestos or something. But, I mean, it clearly says do not drink, consult doctor, vomit this. Yeah. They're all just. I mean, God knows what long lost what long-lasting damage I did to my stomach. But never drink bleach, kids.
No, don't try this at home, people. You don't want to be trying this at home. So did you ever think to yourself, this might kill me? It was unlikely in the quantity that you did take?
I mean, the health and safety officer was there and overlooking everything. So
you could pump your stomach or something?
Yeah, there was people there to pump my stomach. But then in those days, my head was really screwed on, right? So it just, to me, it sounded funny. And yeah, okay, let's do it.
What is the most painful thing you did on either Dirty Sanchez or Balls of Steel?
I think there's two things. Getting shot at point blank range in Prague with a shotgun, with a bulletproof vest. And when she shot me, a bullet went through my arm. Because it's like, the bullet spread and it went through my arm. Yeah. Literally, one went through the bulletproof vest into my stomach. Blew me backwards. Well, and of course the cameraman had the camera on the floor looking up at me so they could see the shot of it going poof into me. And then he realised he didn't press record. I said, the cameraman said, can we do that again? I was like, no. And the guy who shot me went, he was from Prague, he went, I'm not doing that again. Just walked off. Because all I had, the only safety thing I had on was goggles. Well, not goggles, they were sunglasses.
So the cameraman didn't press record when you got shot?
The one standing up in the distance did, but the camera laying on the floor looking up at me, the camera wasn't on record.
Yeah, it was, but you didn't want to get shot again.
No, but that's for pay.
That's a different ball game, isn't it? Like, you know.
There was, what was the other thing? We had a game of Trivial Pursuit once for the Christmas special, and me not being too clever, the whole deal was that if you messed up, you had to have a drill going through there and coming out there. Yeah. And I lost because I'm not too bright, and they just went drill through my hand, screamed, and the drill came out that end.
It came out there, so it went in.
Went through there.
Yeah.
Come out there, and he's just screaming in agony. They ripped it back out. Went back home on the train, went to bed, woke up at about 4 in the morning. Looked at my hand throbbing, like heartbeat of his own. I went, oh my God, what have I done? It was huge, like a tennis ball. Went straight to hospital, said to the doctor. Doctor said, how did you do that? I said, I lost a Trivial Pursuit. So I had to have a drill through my hand. He went, no. He said, stop messing around now and be serious. How did you do that? I said, I lost a Trivial Pursuit. And he just basically just looked at me daft. I thought, what's wrong with you? He said, right, you're going to have to go straight in to hospital. Except the senior was crawling up my arm, and I was in hospital for 7 days over Christmas. My mother wasn't happy, and then the next thing I know, I had scabies, caught scabies in hospital. So I was in my own little room.
You were like sectioned off from everyone.
Sectioned off, which was quite good because I was in a room full of bloody people half dying and coughing and spluttering through the night. And they got Pancho, Dayton and Joycey phoning me from all these award ceremonies with all these bloody models and Fitbirds and Nuts magazines, FHM magazine, going, fucking over at this thing, and there's loads of birds everywhere, and I'm just like, dude, I'm in a hospital, and Dave across is half dying, like, shh, be quiet. And they were just constantly phoning my bloody bedroom, just my bed phone winding me up. And then when I was in my own room, then they could do whatever they wanted, but still, being locked up in hospital while they're having fun wasn't too good.
Tell us about this sort of transition. Then you went from all of this sort of crazy lifestyle. The next minute you're doing a half marathon, and you've just broken a world record for the half Ironman. Tell us about that.
Well, to cut a long story short, I was the fame and Sanchez and money and everything. I went and partied like a beast, and then I just looked at myself and I went, right, that's not me, because I was a professional skateboarder before it all happened, and I looked after myself and I was quite fit, and then obviously it just went a little bit downhill, and I wanted to do something about it. So I did the Cardiff Half Marathon when I was 15, and I thought, I wonder if I could do that again. So I started training for that, and then one thing led to another, and then I thought, well, there's a skateboarder called Danny Way. He did an Ironman, and I always wondered what it was, and then I've always wanted to do one, and my friend Butsy Butler, he sent me a YouTube clip about Rick and Dick Hoyt, about the father who swims, cycles, and pushes his son on an Ironman. And I just looked at him and Christ, that's amazing. And it really inspired me. I thought, well, if you can do that, then why can't I do it? And literally, as soon as I stopped watching the video, went on the computer, Ironman Bolton, UK, right, doof, signed up. Then I asked a few boys who wanted to join me, and it was my brother, 2 other people. And then we did, and I started training then for Ironman, and loved it.
Yeah.
As soon as I did it, I went, Christ, man, that's the best thing I've ever done. And slowly but surely, you do one. I did it again the following year, obviously to try and beat my time.
Yeah.
And then I did a few halves, and I just that's how I got into it, really.
What would your advice to be to people that have just sort of, you know, they've been through all of that, you know, obviously most people haven't been famous, but a lot of people have been on sort of, you know, the drink or the drugs or whatever they've done.
Yeah.
What would your advice to them be to if they think, oh, do you know what, I want to really sort of turn my life around and get into fitness, get into shape, lose a bit of weight? What would your advice be?
I think my advice would be, at the end of the day, if you really want to change, you're going to change. If you don't, and you want to carry on partying and taking drugs and drinking, then you know you're going to you've got 2 choices in life. You either carry on doing what you're doing, and then eventually go downhill, or you can do something about it. It's like admitting you're an alcoholic. As soon as you admit you're an alcoholic, you've admitted you've got a problem, you can sort it out. But until then, you can't. You know, you'll carry on being the same person. So, I mean, I saw myself. So if anyone else sees themselves and they don't like what they see, then you do something about it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get anywhere unless you do something about it. And nobody's going to do it for you. So you have to do it yourself. And the main thing is, if you do find something you really enjoy, then that kind of stuff comes easy. Because you're enjoying it so much, you just love doing it.
Yeah. And
that's what I found with Ironman and running, swimming and cycling. And I just really enjoyed it. And you know, training wasn't a chore. I used to love going cycling, swimming, running, and training, and just setting yourself goals, really. I think if you set yourself a goal every year, like you're going to do this Ironman, you've got so and so months, and you spend those months training to get that, to tick that bucket list off, and then once you've done that, then you look at something else.
Yeah.
So you're constantly keeping in mind setting yourself goals every year.
Yeah. And
then which led to me being me. I've got quite an addictive personality. I couldn't just settle for an Ironman. I ran John Goods Land's End, which took me 30 days, 900 miles, and then I cycled it, which was part of my training for the Ironman. That took me 8 days, and then it just got more and more extreme then, and I think that's when I found that I could actually do endurance sports. And then I think I did last year. I did the ultimate for me at the time, which was the double Ironman, the double brutal in Snowdon.
So what is that for people that aren't aware of Ironman?
The double brutal is basically a double Ironman.
What's the distances involved in that?
It's a 4.8 mile swim, 224 mile bike, and then it's a 52 mile run. But then he was up in Snowdon, that's why they call it the double brutal.
Yeah, because Snowdon is the highest mountain in Wales.
Yeah, and you literally, when you do the bike, I think it's the equivalent of climbing Everest. That's how much climbing's involved in it. Yeah. And then when you get, the lake's really cold for the swim. And then when you do the run, you have to get off the bike, literally my head.
The lake is like really cold.
Oh, it's freezing.
Did anything shrink up in there, mate?
No. I got a massive when you get off the bike, my head was in such a I don't know, it was a button moon. Didn't know what I was doing. I thought, but you have to climb to Snowdon, climb to the top of Snowdon to start the run, and then come down and then finish it then. But I did that.
How long did that take?
42 hours.
It's good effort, mate. I think you're gonna get a bit of a handshake for that. That's flipping fantastic. And you also did with Dayton a 900 mile skateboard thing.
Yeah, we did.
900 miles, something like that.
No, it wasn't 900
no,
miles.
sorry. Was it Dayton or Pancho?
No, it was Dayton. We did Cardiff to Newquay and Como. Skateboarded for Cancer Research Wales, and we did every day we'd stop at a skate shop, do sign-ins, meet all kids and stuff. The next day we'd skate to another town, basically on our way to Newquay, Cornwall.
Yeah.
Can't remember how many days it took us, but it was an interesting trip.
Yeah, fantastic. How important would you say it's to associate with the right people?
What do you mean?
In terms of if you associate with a certain group of people, some people say you become like that group of people.
Yeah, totally. Because I think when I was partying, I was hanging out with all the party crowd, and don't get me wrong, that was then. I enjoyed it. It was good fun. But you hang out with those kind of people, and they all do
what they do.
They do what they do, and then you just get roped in, and you just do what they do. But then once you change your life and you do Ironman and all that kind of stuff, then you end up doing and hanging out with those kind of people, and you do keep fit stuff, more positive things. I like to.
Yeah.
I had fun partying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing it or nothing. It was great. But then there's a time and a place for everything, and as you grow older, then ever since I've started doing Ironman, I've met a lot of really positive people, and they do, they're full of beans, they're fit, they're energetic, and they really like what they're doing, and I've just did a challenge now, and I've just got to meet so many good people. It's been brilliant.
That's how we met, wasn't it, mate?
Exactly. You joined me as well.
I did on the last day.
Nice. Yeah, on the last
you did it with. I think Shane Williams was doing it with you.
That's it. Yeah.
And
Sean Conway as well.
Sean joined you, did he?
Yeah, Sean joined me. Yeah.
Ah, right. I didn't know that. But then you've got a brilliant trainer, Mark Whittle.
Yeah.
He's your coach. But then we were talking about other people like Ian Goff. He's into his cycling and stuff like that. There's all these people that are just really getting into the cycling and the sports thing, and just it's fantastic to see everyone joining you in your charity.
Yeah,
I was going to say little challenges, but it's not exactly little, is it, mate? You don't have to do things by half.
No, I don't think I've ever done anything by half, to be honest. But
no, you haven't.
But then to me, that's what life's all about, isn't it? You either push it or you. I don't like it because it's great to see everyone doing marathons and Ironman and stuff, but then I try and look beyond it and see. I'm not happy unless I'm pushing my body to the point where I think you'll never find what you're capable of if you stick to the norm. You need I can do that. And if I do, fingers crossed, I finish the triple Ironman next week. If I can do that, then I'll be looking at something even bigger again. So you just got to keep evolving and pushing and see how far you can actually go and push this mind and body of mine. So
people in like a low place as well. We've talked about people that wants to get into fitness, but people in a low place, sort of psychologically and stuff. What would you say to them? Would you say the same sort of thing? Would you be like, have a goal and?
What do you mean in a low place?
If they've gone through a lot of adversity and stuff like that, it's because everybody goes through challenges in life, don't they? Relationship breakups, people dying, happens to us all, kind of thing. Yeah. Is there anything you would say?
Yeah, I mean, I've suffered from depression, and along with a lot of people do. But I think what pulled me out of that rut was training.
Yeah.
And if anyone out there who suffers with depression, do not go to the doctor and let him sign you up with all these tablets and everything. That's not the answer, because you can just get addicted to them, and then when you get off them, you just go back to the same place. I think give exercise a go, and I really do believe that exercise is the answer to a lot of problems. All doctors do, they dish out drugs. No. A good diet and plenty of exercise. Trust me, every time I go for a bike ride, a swim, a run, when I come back home, I'm so happy. I'm on cloud 9, and all that depression and those horrible feelings in your mind just disappear and go. Yeah. So it's just get off the sofa, do something, and then you watch your life change, and have a good diet.
What do you eat day to day?
Well, I'm a vegan now, so I'm still learning. I've only been a vegan for about 7 months.
Because we've just been with the lovely Kate Strong, World Triathlon champion.
Who phones the shop at this time of day? We're closed.
I've just been with a lovely Kate Strong, who's a world triathlon champion, and she's also a vegan.
Yeah.
We've just been having your, what is it, Kate? It's your, was it Juice Plus little berry type things?
Yeah.
They're really nice.
Yeah, well, actually,
You took them straight off it and give me that baguette.
No. She was nice. Kate was nice enough to give me these. They're like sweets, but they're actually vegetables. Oh, there you got to give them a go.
They're pretty
they
nice.
are banging. Even all the barbers in the shop and the tattooists ate them and just went, oh.
We were just all eating them.
They're sweet. Like, no, they're vegetables.
No, it's good, isn't it?
But no, Kate actually, Kate was nice enough to join me for quite a few days on the challenge as well, which was good. A few swims and bikes and runs and stuff. Of course, I got joined by Mark Coburn as well, one of the Paralympic gold medalists. Yeah. And, you know, it's people like these that help you. You know,
it's inspiring,
really do help you get through this. 30 days is a long time, and when you've got people like that helping you and giving you their advice, which is really helpful. Yeah. And especially Kate being vegan as well and giving some nutrition tips and stuff. Yeah. The two of us would go and eat at Anna Loca. Anna Loca were very nice to sponsor the whole challenge. So after every day, we'd go and eat there and get decent food inside me. Because after, I think I was burning about 5,500, 6,000 calories a day. So I had to try and replace that. Yeah. And I was replacing it with good food, not muck.
When did you become a vegan then?
6 months ago.
And so, I mean, was that hard? Did you just like cold turkey? Was it just like bang? Or did you slowly go from meat and...
I've been researching it for quite a while because I've seen quite a few athletes go vegan and stuff. And I know what being a chef as well, I know how animals get treated these days, and I think as you get older, you just get clued up, and you look at things differently, you look at the world differently, and I'm just sick and tired of animal cruelty and the shit that they put in food these days. And then basically I went pescatarian first.
A pescatarian?
I just eat, I wouldn't eat meat, but I'd eat fish.
Right.
And vegetables and stuff. And then I watched Cowspiracy and then I just went, oh, wow.
It's Cowspiracy, so what's that on YouTube, is it?
Yes, it's on Netflix, you can get it on Netflix. So if anyone out there wants to know about why I went vegan and stuff, just watch Cowspiracy. It's really interesting. It really opened my mind, and I just went, Jesus. And I didn't know it was that bad. And then literally, as soon as I finished watching it, I went vegan straight away. Really? Woke up next day, vegan.
Because I remember there's
my brother did exactly the same thing as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Tell me about your stabbing, mate.
Well, yeah, you know
what? Sounds totally innocent, man. Yeah. So you were in a nightclub.
No, I wasn't.
You got taken into the toilets.
No, I wasn't. Not that kind of stabbing. Christ almighty.
Tell us, mate. Come on. So you actually really got stabbed. So can you talk a little bit about the story there?
Yeah, a few years ago now, it's ex-girlfriend. Went for a 6-mile run, went to the shop to go get a drink and walked in, and it was some guy in the shop, met him, blind him, treating all the customers, the kids and women and everything in the shop, and they were treating him. He was basically just being a knob. So I grabbed him and chucked him out, and as he came back in, he just stabbed me in the neck and the chest, and then I just turned round because I thought he'd hit me. And then I turned around and my girlfriend just fell to the floor screaming in tears, and I thought, hey, and the next thing I just blood everywhere. I thought, oh my god, needs to be stabbed. And I just sat there and I just thought, any minute now it's going to be lights out.
Did he go? Did he just go?
Oh, he ran away.
Yeah.
I can remember the blade he used, but because although I did see the blade, but you know it happened so quick. Yeah. But then you go right, yeah, that's what you know those orange, the little half moon, or the half circle things with the little push thing like that? One of them. Oh, yeah. And then, anyway, I just sat there, just thinking I was going to go.
That's it.
My life is going to go, get you in and now it's just going to go, curtains. But then, no, the ambulance came, and then went to hospital, internal, external stitches, and that was it. I went to court, and he had 5 years.
And this is, we were saying earlier, that was when you were, he knew you were famous, or he knew who you were? Or?
No, he didn't know who I was. I think obviously he did when the news got hold of it.
Well, yeah, then it blew up massively. Like.
Yeah, but they never did find the weapon, so God knows when he chucked it. But hey, hopefully I'm still here anyway, fighting fit.
You are still here, mate. Cracking out
God.
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So how did you get over that mental process? You know, with sort of right, I got stabbed. How do you get on with your life?
But to be honest, sometimes it does come into my head and freaks me out a little bit. But it's just one of those things you can't get rid of it in you.
Yeah.
But what you do is just get on with it.
You feel grateful now that you're still here, sort of thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, at the time, you have all like, you sort of look at life a little bit differently.
Just grateful you're
I used
here.
to be scared of flying, and I thought I didn't give a shit anymore.
You were scared of flying?
Yeah, I used to be scared of flying, and as soon as I got stabbed, I thought, well, yeah, weird.
Did you kind of lose all fear of death, sort of thing, almost?
At the time, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because it was like I felt like I got that close. Yeah, I think flying, I just got a little bit blasé. It was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously it's changed now, it was many years ago, but yeah.
So you've lived a very colourful life, mate, I have to say.
Yeah, I like painting.
Yeah. What's your if you say 3 tips for succeeding in life, what would you say?
Focus, determination, and enjoyment.
Yeah. So what else have you got coming up now?
Well, I got the Triple Ironman coming up next week.
Yeah.
Which I've been training for. Obviously, I had a good base with 30 halves and 30 days.
Yeah.
So got that next week. Fingers crossed, I complete that, and then I've got the Dublin Half Ironman in August the 14th, and I got the Dublin Marathon October the 30th, and then there could be something big happening in January time. But I signed an MBD, is it an MBA or something? So I can't say anything about it yet, but I'm still waiting for confirmation.
Yeah.
And if the confirmation goes through and it's all go, then that'll be the biggest thing to date, and I'm looking forward to it. So
fantastic.
But next year.
And you've raised loads of money for charity as
and
well.
Well, currently everything I'm doing is going towards raising money because I've set myself a goal of £100,000 to raise for various charities. And
can you say which charities?
Yeah, the Big Moose, which is Jeff, Chloe, which have done a lot for me. Actually, they helped me set up the 30-day challenge, and they continue to do a lot more. So it's them, and they do loads of good stuff for charity, loads of stuff non-profit. There's T Haven, which I've done a lot of stuff for before in the past.
For the children.
The life limited children in the hospitals.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and see them tomorrow actually.
Yeah.
There's Shelter Cymru, that provide housing for the homeless, and I've done a lot of stuff for the homeless in the past as well. Guide dogs for the blind, because I love dogs, and I think they give what they do for the blind people is absolutely amazing. And Green Hill School, which is where my brother works, is for underprivileged children, really. So I think I've raised about £23,000 so far. So a long way to go, but there's a few plans in place. So.
Yeah, it's been coming along good, mate.
Yeah.
And you're doing some public speaking as well?
Yeah, I've started doing some public speaking. Yeah, it's something that I've been really afraid of for many years. And I'm sort of trying to sway it all the time, but then I feel like I've said before, unless you go in at the deep end, you're never going to learn. So. Yeah. And I did a speak for Marks and Spencer's managers. Oh Christ.
Fear.
It was big.
It is.
It was fear. I know.
A lot of us have been through it.
I walked in. For the first 5 minutes, absolutely, clearly, blatantly nervous, and they could see it as well. But after the 5 minutes, I was quite enjoying it, and I walked out that room buzzing. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? When you finish the public speaking, you're like flipping heck, and at the start you can be like. So what would you say to people that have like this? They want to become somebody, and they have this massive fear, this step that they're going to take. What would you just say? Just
do it.
just go for it, even if you look a fool.
I mean, you can't. Yeah, it really is nerve-wracking. If you're really scared of something, it really is that nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But then I think those nerves are what feed you when you go out there, and even if you're blatantly nervous for the first few minutes, which I think a lot of people have been doing public speaking, then it'd be alright, it'd be cool. As soon as you start getting into it, it really is quite enjoyable. Good.
Fantastic. Yeah, Mathew Pritchard, it has been an honour and a pleasure, mate.
Thank you very much
for
asking me.
That's alright. No, it's been brilliant, mate. You can check out...
my dog Lemmy, who's been tapping whilst the interview's been on.
You can, thanks for watching, guys. You can check out Pritchard's stuff on Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook,
stuff
Twitter,
like
and Instagram. Yeah,
website.
Pritchard@gaychallenge.com. Pritchard_Challenge on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So.
Brilliant. Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Have a great week. Bye.
Pip.